Alright, this is going to be part 30 of Persona 5, The Royal. My goodness, this game is long. I don't think I've waken up from waking up yet. Oh my god.
So, this means we're acknowledged as a threat, correct?
Dude, you planning on stealing stuff in that getup?
It just means that's what he thinks a rebel looks like.
No. This is my mental image of a person who sticks to their justice.
Well, I think your mask is more apt for piercing rather than sticking. That aside, the people in here look completely normal.
But we're in a flashy casino. There's no doubt this is a palace. Oh, right. Crow doesn't know too much about cognitive beings, does he?
Ah, yes. In addition to similar topography, cognitive people exist based on the ruler's perceptions.
That probably didn't make much sense because all the fancy terms he was using, huh?
In essence, since these look like real people, Sai-san's view of others is surprisingly undistorted. Considering what I see before me, it's difficult to believe it is not actually a real casino.
Not all cognitions are normal, though. In Futaba and Okumura's palaces, we had to battle them. People may look normal, but we should be careful. Particularly of those in positions of power.
Is this what you have to go through every time? This is a first for me. I'm somewhat nervous.
Just don't slow us down, Crow.
I will not allow that to happen.
Okay, it's time we head inside. Our deadline for this infiltration is November 20th. Any later and we'll get caught in reality. Of course, we'll need to secure an infiltration route before we send out the calling card. As always.
So the calling card wasn't merely for show? It's a necessary step?
Will you please stop interrupting?
My apologies.
Well then, let's go.
I feel somewhat nervous.
Indeed.
Focus.
Welcome. Come on out, you petty thieves.
She can see us?
You're after the treasure, are you not? Come on down and I will tell you where it is.
What? We're not going to fall for a trick like that.
It's not a lie. I only wish to do this fair and square. You aren't going to run, are you?
We should do as she says. There is no point in hiding any longer.
So you've come. The treasure is located on the manager's floor, at the highest point of this building.
Why are you telling us this?
It's as I said before. I wish to go about this in the fairest manner possible. First, I ask that you come up to my location. We will continue this there.
Damn it! Over there!
It seems we'll be able to use that elevator to reach higher floors. Come, Joker. Let us pursue her. Let us get after her, Joker. I have something.
Authentication required.
Members card?
Perhaps it bears relation to a players' club of sorts.
I can't handle your technical speak. Just give me it straight.
Casinos typically have a membership system called a players' club. Some locations even have areas cordoned off for particular ranks of player. Considering the setup of this place, I thought things may be similar here.
That'll make this shit simple. Come on, let's join this player thingy.
I would agree with you, but
A shadow!
as I expected, registration will not be such a simple matter.
She must be daring us to challenge the security of this place to make it to her.
Here it comes!
No need to worry. I'll handle this. I need to prove my worth to you, after all. I promise to surpass even such lofty hopes as those. Well then, let us begin. Don't worry. Take them down, Robin Hood! Persona! Robin Hood!
Come!
No.
Okay. Oh!
know about this. What if I make a fool?
Okay.
Whew. That was certainly a lot of story. I'm gonna be messing around with some confidants and getting ready for the next dealy poo. So bear with me while I bounce around for a little bit. What did I say? Dear God. I must be tired. I took a nap earlier and I'm like, ugh, I'm still dead. Anyways. Shinya says, I can't stop thinking about my battle with Takekuma. I mean, I couldn't do anything to him, there's just no way. I say it was pretty weird. He says, I knew you'd understand. I've been practicing a lot. I heard rumors about him. People say he uses cheat armor. You know what that is? He broke the rules by equipping it. I bet that's why my usual shots didn't work. Shinya says, the next time we play, I'll definitely demolish him. I just say, I'm sure you can do it. Shinya says, even the Phantom Thieves had a comeback victory against Medjed. I'm gonna win next time, just watch. Hey. The thing is, I told my mom about what happened with Takekuma. She didn't really care, all she said was okay. It's probably because I lost. She doesn't like kids who lose. My mom once told me that we need to be strong because it's just the two of us. She said no one helps the weak, they just get preyed on. That's why I want to get stronger. Strong enough that we won't get preyed on. Strong enough that we'd be the predators. That's exactly who the Phantom Thieves are, the strongest. They can prey on anyone. Once I become the strongest, my mom will be able to count on me. The only way I can win is through games. That's why I can't lose. What should I do about Takekuma's armor? The last strategy I did didn't work. I say you need a new strategy. He says, of course. I'll definitely win next time. Thanks. You're kind of like a big brother. I can talk to you about anything. I heard that's what it's like to have a sibling.
All right.
Shinya says, Takekuma better watch out. Oh no, look at the time. I gotta go. Anyways, standard follow-up phone call. It's usually just a synopsis, so I just kind of jump past him. Oh. Yo. I really only bought that crap because you need to spend over 500k in that shop to open up all this stuff. Let's see here. I'm pretty sure all three of those are valid, so let's see what we got. looks like we're gonna take care of the sun. Alright. And he is Meower. What are these weirdos doing? Oh, it must be Halloween soon. I never noticed that before. Interesting.
Please consider what I have to say. Good evening. Thank you.
Anyways, this is Sun Part 9?
A
Or is
weekly
it 10?
magazine reported that Kuramoto was the real culprit in the fund's misappropriation case. Old man Kuramoto will likely be forced to retire from the political world. The police can't do anything because it was 20 years ago. But he has a moral obligation. I hear his grandson Benzo resigned from the party as well. It could be due to Matsushita's influence, or perhaps it's just the party's way of atoning. Now it's all up to me and my abilities.
When's your speech gonna start, Tyrannuske? We can't wait!
To think that people would be excited to hear me speak. The article mentioned I didn't want the real culprit to be named, even though I knew who it was. Apparently, people admire me for having quietly accepted a false charge for 20 years. I didn't intend for any of this to happen, though. Yes, I'll be careful not to make a slip of the tongue. I've struggled for the past 20 years, but I can put that all behind me after the election. Oh, look at the time. I should get started. Today will be the last day I'll request help from a phantom thief. I don't intend to meddle. Everything I've told you has been based on assumptions. But if you're still willing to listen, then I think you should focus on your work. Because the time is now. I can't think of anything else to teach you. You are now an expert on giving speeches. I taught you all I know about the art of public speaking, in return for you supporting a guy like me. And over time, you became someone who shared my beliefs. Thanks to you, I was able to overcome my crisis these last few months. I will strive for the royal road of politics, thinking of you as you walk down your own path. But if you ever find yourself in harm's way on your journey, I will be there to help you. We'll be comrades who reform the world together.
I am thou, thou art I. Thou hast turned a vow into a blood oath. Thy bond shall become the wings of rebellion and break the yoke of thy heart. Thou hast awakened to the ultimate secret of the sun, granting thee infinite power.
All right. All right. I'm sure you will accomplish everything you set out to do. Thank you for everything. All right, it's time to begin.
Yoshida's speech is about to start.
I cut my date short so I could watch this, you know?
Does anyone out there have something they aspire to do? I met a certain young man. Through a method that differs from mine, he was trying to reform the world. As you know, that is a very large mountain to cross. Unfortunately, I am unable to travel the same path as him. However, I will not say goodbye, because we will surely meet at the peak. He is desperately doing what he aspires to do. So I encourage you all, please find what it is that you aspire to do. And I will support you, because that is what I aspire to do.
Way to go, Tyrannuske!
I believe in you!
Good morning. My sister is serious.
Okay, quiet down.
Let's go. Oh, Mako-chan. I didn't realize we...
Obligatory Showtime junk.
So, this is the look.
All right. Huh?
What would you like? Thank you. What would you like? Here.
Whew. Looks like we can finally start Empress. My god. Saving the worst for last.
I'm so glad. Hello, Sakura-san. I'm sorry for asking this of you.
It's all good. Not like I have customers to deal with. So, this is what you grew?
Yes. I'd like an honest opinion from a culinary professional.
Let me see. To be honest, both the taste and appearance are the opposite of what I'd call market grade.
I see.
But it's impressive you managed to grow anything at all up on a rooftop of all places.
I'm honored to hear you say that.
You know, I can't say it tasted good, but it was actually somewhat refreshing. Kind of like how you feel good after taking bitter medicine.
I first came across the plant in my house. It's possible that it's an experimental breed created for use at Okumura Foods. Thank you very much for the input, Sakura-san. I'll take note of that. He's right. That was the same thought I had. I think I understand what Sakura-san meant when he said they were refreshing. I agree. I'm so happy. I didn't expect this hobby of mine to provide value to the Phantom Thieves. This is actually the only thing I can honestly say I'm good at. Thank you for worrying about me, but I find the work relaxing. Hey, do you think you could help me out again sometime? Like you did today? It's a deal. We're like real Phantom Thieves. Okay, I'll do my best from now on.
It seems you were probing into a certain conglomerate. There's the possibility you even infiltrated their company building. Perhaps some sort of connection? Tell me about this person.
I am thou. Thou art I. Thou hast acquired a new vow. It shall become the wings of rebellion that breaketh thy chains of captivity. With the birth of the Empress persona, I have obtained the winds of blessing that shall lead to freedom and new power.
All right.
Still, he was right. The taste leaves much to be desired. Thank you.
Thanks.
Sojiro says, sorry, we're closed. Some woman who is uptight says, Sojiro Sakata, I presume? Our apologies for coming in so late. We're investigators from the Domestic Affairs Court. We received a report that one of your customers was assaulted by the probationer residing here. Moreover, this report stated that you are abusing your child, Futaba-san. Futaba says, Uncle sent his report to the police before we could have him make a change of heart. The investigator says, however, the anonymity of the report has led us to question the validity of its content. May we have a word? Sojiro says, fine by me, I have nothing to hide. Please take a seat. The investigator says, you're saying the report was falsified? Sojiro says it's true that Futaba was living as a shut-in, but she overcame that weakness under her own power, and I would never abuse her. She's like a daughter to me. The investigator says, and what about the assault claim?
That's not true!
Futaba says you're wrong. Sojiro said the kid never laid a finger on that guy, he just stood in the way to try to protect Futaba. The investigator says, to be honest, we looked into your current reputation at school and it seems there have been no issues. Now then, it's our job to make sure children like you are safe. How is it living with Sakura? Can you answer honestly? I say, it's great. He says, well, there you have it. And what do you think, Futaba-san? She says, I'm okay. I couldn't go out for a while, but everyone helped me get better. I'm not afraid anymore. That's why I'm really happy living with my dad.
Futaba.
Sojiro says, Futaba? The investigator says, I see. It's quite obvious there was no truth to the report we received. I don't think we'll need to schedule any additional check-ins either. The other one says, are you sure about this? He says, were they attempting to deceive us? They wouldn't have been nearly so earnest. Besides, meeting them only serves to reaffirm my suspicions. The children are the real victims here. The truth of these things will be clear to you once you're a little more experienced. Anyway, thank you for your cooperation. We'll see ourselves out. Futaba says, Sojiro, we did it. I say you have a great daughter. Sojiro says it's not just her, idiot. There's another pretty important person living here too. Futaba says, yeah, he's talking about you, bunny. Sojiro says, this is cause you punks had to go and say all that cheesy stuff. Futaba says, it wasn't cheesy, it was the truth. Anyways, give me some curry. Sojiro says, so much for the sentimental moment. Alright, sit your butts down, this is where you two belong. Futaba says, come on, bunny, it's time to eat.
Alright.
Sojiro says, Futaba, when you called me dad, do you think you could say that again? Futaba says, sorry, I didn't catch that. I'm too hungry. What'd you say? Sojiro says, never mind. Anyways. Standard follow-up phone call thingy. Whatever. Like I said before, they're just recaps. Like, let me explain what we just talked about in slightly different terms. It's like, ugh, leave me alone. I'm too old. I can't do it. Too old. Dying.
You know.
Alrighty. We have been texted by many annoying people. Let's see. I need to get an Empress persona, I think. Because of freaking Haru. What can I get rid of here? Fortune. I don't need Death, so we'll kill Death and Star. And then I'll have an extra slot for if I need to come back. So that'll make it a little easier. Whee!
Justine, these are the paths you have walked.
Empress.
The fees required, then accept this persona. Are you finished?
What? No slacking off!
Whew. Anyways. Before I spend my money, I'm gonna save really quick here. Because I wasted so much of it doing that freaking shady Tanaka stuff. Anyways. Aoyama Ichome.
Good day.
Yeah.
There we go. Looks like we don't need to pay, so that's fine. I hate Haru. Oh my god. She says, wow, Bunny, you're quite skilled. The soil here would be so healthy if you were here more often. Honestly, I'm surprised my gardening can be of use to our work as the Phantom Thieves. This just started as a hobby, so it's amazing to see it transform into a practical skill. Haru says, beyond this, I've actually begun raising plants of my own at home. Coffee beans. And I say, why the fuck are you talking to me, Haru? Why don't you leave me alone? Why do you talk so much? God damn it. I'm just kidding. I just say, you like coffee? She says, I'm more of a tea person. I like to have at least 10 varieties on hand. Anyway, I recently discovered the joy and taste and aroma of coffee, but I used to think it was purely bitter, but now I understand the depth of its flavor. To tell you the truth, I wasn't even able to drink it before. Pardon me, I was just thinking back on the past. As I mentioned before, I can't bring myself to trust any of the employees at Okumura Foods. For as long as I can remember, the company has been run by my father. Being liked by him was always very important. Some employees would even come to ingratiate themselves to me. But since his passing, things have gotten unruly. Most evidently, people have started trying to use my influence as majority shareholder to oust other employees. They say they come to me out of respect, but I know they just want to use me. I've heard so many rumors. The worst ones are about Takakura-san, the new president. They say he was thrilled to hear my father passed. There may be truth to that, though. He's been with the company for years, but has only started being nice to me recently. He even offered to assist me with asset management. I fear he has an ulterior motive, though. I say, he sounds suspicious. She says, yes, I can't help but wonder about him. He even went as far as to recommend I sell my shares the other day. He said I could make a fortune. But I realized that if I did so, he would be able to strike the Okumura name completely. Takakura-san must be scheming to take the company for himself. At least it's possible. And I just say, this is a complex issue. She says, indeed. None of the advice I've gotten so far has been very helpful. Everyone speaks out of their own self-interest.
Yes!
Thank you for today, though. I feel a little better talking with you after this. Oh, and don't worry. I'll make sure to keep myself motivated. Anyways.
Alright.
Level 2. She says, I'm gonna stay here a little longer and check on the vegetables. We get a follow-up phone call. Something vegetables. We're gonna say Moonlight Carrot. Because I'm a friggin' bunny, that's why. Anyways.
Ah, you're back.
Oh, your butt crack. Fuck yeah. I'm just kidding. Anyway. Ow, and bang. Let's see. Can we finish this off? Looks like this one's gonna be level 10. So we're gonna get this done. Let me see here. Meow, 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 meow. Looks like we're gonna visit Wakaba's grave at night on a Tuesday while it's
I always
overcast.
think about Wakaba on the anniversary of her death. But it's been a while since I visited. I've been so busy with the shop and all. No, that's not it. The guilt is what kept me from coming. I thought Wakaba would be angry with me. But now that I managed to get Futaba over here, I can finally meet her with my head held high. I sure kept her waiting. But it felt good to tell her about how much Futaba's improved lately. Oh, I told her about you, too. You say that like you're not responsible for all this. This is the first time the four of us are all together.
Sojiro? What are you smirking for?
This is what my real smile looks like.
I approve.
Oh, I have some news. The family court gave me a call the other day. Futaba's uncle decided to retract his report. It was because of you, wasn't it? I wonder if the day will come that she goes out to be someone's bride. I'm sure she'll make a fine lady either way. After all, she is Wakaba's daughter. Do all fathers have to go through this anxiety? You know, I really just wanted to have you help out at the store. But you showed me so much more. You showed me I have a family I need to protect. Not just Futaba, but you, too. I may not always be reliable, but feel free to come to me if anything happens. I'll be there for you, as family. And, I know, I'll teach you everything I can. You're a full-fledged man now. That might not be enough to return the favor, but it's all I can do.
I am thou, thou art I. Thou hast turned a vow into a blood oath. Thy bond shall become the wings of rebellion and break the yoke of thy heart. Thou hast awakened to the ultimate secret of the Hierophant, granting thee infinite power.
All right. All right.
Oh, and, could you not, you know, get with Futaba? I can't imagine you calling me father. Although, maybe it wouldn't be so bad.
What are you two talking about?
Nothing?
I hunger! Curry time!
Yeah. Let's go home.
Anyways, blah blah blah, reading on the train. Blah blah blah, useless trivia.
This is it.
Anyway. Yeah, I should go get a hermit persona. Oh my god, I can't talk. I'm losing my mind. It's the old age, I swear. So old. I'm dying from the old.
Hey, inmate!
You, sir?
Justine, read here. Is this what you'll withdraw this then accept this persona? Are you finished?
What? No slacking off!
Anyways, I can probably...
What would you like?
Get that last DVD.
Welcome.
There's nothing else here. So, let's go to the school library and swap out our books really quick.
What would you like? Thank you. What would you like? Here.
Welcome back! Really? Alright!
Anyways. Futaba says, the next promise on the list is to go to school. Hard stuff for the second one. It's gonna be harder knowing there are people there too.
Alright, let's do
Futaba
it!
says, No time like the present. Come on, let's go. Sojiro says you're gonna go to school? Never mind. Have fun. Futaba says, here we are. I think my heart's gonna pop out of my chest. Makoto says, huh? What are you doing here? Futaba says, well...
I see.
Makoto says, a promise list, like what you use to make with your mother. Do you want to come in? She says, can I use a go home instead? Let's see. I just say, let's do this together. She says, I was hoping you would say that. Makoto says, I'm sure you'll be fine. Most of the students have already left and all the teachers are in meetings. And I'll join you. I can use my position to avoid any problems that might come up. Futaba says, you're incredible. If I have you two with me, this place will be as easy as fighting a trash mob. Makoto says, I'm not sure I understand. Anyway, come on, I'll show you around. Makoto says, this is the cafeteria where some students choose to eat lunch. Futaba says, lunch? That reminds me, this time I was the only kid who didn't get a pudding with my meal, and the other time I ate a strawberry with ketchup on it. I didn't notice because they're both red. It was really gross. Makoto says, anyway, the cafeteria is pretty boring. Let's move on. This is the library. You'll have textbooks, encyclopedias, study guides. There's also some manga and light novels at request. Futaba says, so many books. Makoto says, do you like to read? Futaba says, back in elementary school, I memorized the titles of all the books on a shelf in just one glance. The other kids thought I was making it up, but I told them. But then when I recited them all to prove it, they laughed and called me a freak. Am I weird? Let's see. I just say, I bet they were just surprised. Futaba says, they were really creeped out. School's the worst. Makoto says, shall we move along? Only the classrooms remain, though on second thought, maybe we should pass on those. Shall we head to the entrance? Makoto says, I'm sorry, Futaba. Futaba says, don't be, it's my fault. I remembered all that sad stuff on my own. I guess dwelling on the past is just a bad habit of mine. I say, I think it's cute, even though I really don't. Futaba says, what kind of weird fetish are you into? Makoto says, Futaba, it's clear that you've improved recently. You would never have gotten so worried about this before. What I mean is, worrying about something is the first step in changing it. Coming to school is a huge breakthrough.
Ooh, a new discovery.
Futaba says, you're happy with me even though I got depressed? Is this like saying when life gives you lemons? Maybe I'll make lemonade for the Phantom Thieves, figuratively anyway. Makoto says, that'd be wonderful. Futaba says, oh yeah. Anyways, level up.
Alright.
Makoto says, I'm sure you would make a lot of friends if you decided to come to school. Futaba says, friends. Makoto says, Futaba? Futaba says, nothing. Anyway. She wants to go back home and eat curry. We get a standard follow-up call from her. And she says, thanks for showing me around. The world's kind of scary. I says, we'll take it slow. She's like, cool. Let's be best friends or something. I don't know. Whatever.
Ah, you're back.
Alright, do I have a justice persona? Empress, Hermit, Fortune, Tower, Hierophant. Oh, do I have two Empresses? Alright, well, we'll kill this then. Let's go get some justice. Some Justas. Justacios. Justice. Justice. Something like that.
Hey, inmate!
How fit?
Time to change your mind, Justine.
Read here.
Maybe I can just steal one. Nah, it doesn't look like it. Oh wait, Angel's Justice. I need to go down. What am I doing?
A fee is required and accept such rules when you finished.
What? No slacking off!
Anyway, time to hang out with Akechi. He's insufferable, but he's part of the game, I guess. Alright.
Hey.
Akechi says billiards is fascinating. You can't simply strike the ball you're aiming for. You have to be indirect but precise. Whatever. I say that's why it's so fun. I actually do like playing pool. We had pocket pool when I was younger and it was kind of nice. Akechi says precisely, and the most interesting part is that it has so many parallels to a theoretical perfect crime.
Also,
you eliminate your target without ever directly connecting yourself to it. I don't suppose that rings any bells. And I just say penis. No, I say the psychotic breakdowns. Akechi says that's right. Even the cases of criminals' hearts being changed too. Everything happening around us, every inconsequential event, may simply be one ball striking another. But there's no guarantee that the ball can be precisely controlled, and despite the player's best intentions, one ball may strike many unrelated obstacles in its path. Even then, do you still intend to play this game? I say, I've made up my mind.
not bad.
Akechi says you win. Impressive.
How about this?
That was quite heated. Shall we cool off for a moment?
Very impressive.
Akechi says, even if it was with my self-imposed handicap, I'm impressed you beat me. I just say... I couldn't let myself lose. He says, I see. So we even share that perspective. You truly are fascinating. Remember when I said before that we're similar? We're both victims of unjust adults, and now we have the will and power to rise up against them. Yet I'm doing so as a detective, and you're acting as a phantom thief. Our stances couldn't be more different. Blah, 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 blah. I say, but we're teammates now. He says, for now, and even that united front will soon end. And after that, everything will return to the way it was. Why not join me instead? All you'd have to do is abandon your teammates.
How about this?
How about it? Let's see. I just say, I'll think about it. He says, oh, you'll at least think about it? I'd advise you don't say these things without due consideration. You shouldn't make promises that you can't keep. That said, as long as you're working together, you'll have my strength. Rest assured, I'll do my part. La Justice. Anyways, level 7 for La Justice. La Justice. Akechi says, that reminds me. I did say that if you ever beat me using my right hand, I'd face you with all my ability. I'll keep that in mind.
Good night, then.
Anyway, he's gonna call us, because that's what always happens. And we're just gonna say we're rivals, aren't we? And that's the end of that for now. We get calls at nighttime. Let's just say respond later. Alrighty. What are we doing with our lives today? Alright, what are we doing? I literally don't know. My brain literally just shut off. Because I'm super tired like that. Anyways, let's work on Tower if we can. If I have to coerce him, we will. By using Evil Tarot Card Lady. Shinya says, I got a Phantom Thieves strap this time from the capsule in the toy machine. Costs 500 each try, so I only... he says that every time. Why am I reading that? Anyways, we're gonna rank up, so we're gonna hang out with him. Shinya says, "You ready? The games are on me today. Just be sure to keep up." I say... I don't know what I say right now. Goodness. I clicked the wrong button. Someday. Whee! I just say, "If you insist." He says, "Don't worry, I have a lot of money." Well, let's get to it. Get in your stance.
Come on, man, you gotta aim.
An unfamiliar voice says, "Hey, give him his money back." Shinya says, "Just ignore them." The defiant boy says, "Oda, you took his lunch money, didn't you? He forced you into a battle, right?" The boy says, "Yeah. And when I lost, he told me I owed him money." The boy says, "Who do you think you are?" Shinya says, "The king."
Wrong.
Shinya says, "I didn't take it. I earned it. That money is for my war fund, to help get me stronger." The reserved boy says, "What the hell does that mean? You're crazy, just like your mom." "I heard your mom was being weird at the restaurant the other day, too. A waiter caught her leaving without paying, and she said she just forgot. She even snapped at the manager and told him his employees need to be better trained." Shinya says, "Shut up." The other boy says, "My mom says your mom's a bully and you're just like her."
You bastard!
Shinya says, "Shut up. I'm the strongest, the best, the king. If you want your money back, you'll have to beat me." The defiant boy says he's not making any sense. "Somehow, someway, you're gonna pay us back." The quiet boy says, "The only thing you're good at is playing games. You're just like the bad guy in a movie. I hope the Phantom Thieves get you."
No way.
Shinya says, "A bad guy? Me? Even though I'm strong?" "I'm not a bad guy, am I?" I say, "You should return the money." He says, "But I won. I'm the stronger one. So how am I the bad guy?" I guess I already knew. I felt bad even when I was winning. I won't do it again. I don't want to be a bad guy. I say, "I believe in you."
Yeah.
He says, "Thanks." "Hey, do you hate me now?" Oh boy. I just say, "Not at all." He says, "Like, really? That's great. I don't want you to hate me too. The Phantom Thieves are strong because they defeat strong enemies, right? Beating up on weak opponents, that's bullying. That's what bad guys do." Shinya says, "I was wrong. Thanks, Rabbit. I wouldn't have realized this on my own." Anywho, we are now at rank 6. Shinya's gonna say thanks and goodbye, and then he's gonna call me, and then summarize the events that just transpired. And then I'm gonna pick the first option, and we're gonna move on. Alrighty. Anyways.
Ah, you're back.
We have Fortune or Moon. Where are we at with both of those, honestly? I don't even recall. Fortune is 7. Moon is 7. Let's just hang out with this guy then. Alright, time for the moon.
Sorry.
Mishima says he received a text from Akiyama-kun. He said he wants me to stop by. Apparently he's close. It sounded serious. I don't think we should ignore him. Can you come with me? Mishima says, Akiyama-kun. Akiyama says, Mishima. A jerk says, there's our guy. Look, Akiyama-kun says he's not going to be able to pay up this month. How about you spot him? That's what friends are for, right? Mishima says, friends? The young man says, you guys aren't friends? He says, don't try and mess with us, Akiyama. Is this loser supposed to be the friend who's going to help you? The mean guy says, if you don't have anything to do with this little bitch Akiyama, I suggest to get out of here. Come on, Toru. Looks like we're just gonna have to have a nice chat with that girlfriend of his. Akiyama says, please no, I'm begging you. The vicious guy says, sorry, but you broke your promise. She's gonna be the one to pay us back if you catch my drift. This is what you get for screwing us over. Toru says, you're so cruel, Yuta-kun. Mishima says, Akiyama. Mishima says, rabbit, run. Oh boy. I just say, I'm not leaving. Mishima says, are you sure? I don't want you to get involved. I think I have an idea. It's risky, but it might work. If anything happens, take care of Akiyama-kun. Mishima says, hey you guys. Crap, I bit my tongue. Yuta says, you're still here? Akiyama says, run away. Mishima says, you'd better lay off Akiyama-kun, because I've been taking a video of this whole thing. Toru says, huh? Mishima says, if you do anything to him or his girlfriend, I'll bring it to the police. Don't get any ideas about breaking my phone. It backed up to the cloud automatically. Toru says, what should we do? Yuta says, we'll be fine. The police aren't going to do shit about a stupid video. Why don't you run along home to your anime girls? We don't have any time to deal with losers like you. Let's see here. I say, you're gonna take that? Mishima says, you're right.
What the hell?
Mishima says, I know you guys are supposed to be tough, but are you sure it's really worth getting arrested again? This video is definitely enough to get you guys busted. Yuta says, how'd you know about our previous record? Mishima says, it doesn't matter. Just leave us alone and we'll be even. Then if you keep your word, I'll delete the video and the backup. Yuta says, delete them now. Mishima says, no. Toru says, Yuta. Yuta says, I've had enough of this. And both of the jerks leave, I guess. Mishima says, I thought I was going to have a heart attack. My whole act would have broken down if they didn't back off. I really suck, don't I? And I just say, you are super cool. Mishima says, you think so? Even if I peed my pants a little? The truth is, I've dealt with enough bullying to know guys like that probably have been arrested at least once. Thanks for sticking by me. We can't let injustice like that go unchecked. I think I get it now. This feeling is what made me want to help you guys to begin with. That's why I started the fan site, to make sure nobody has to go through stuff like that again. Anyways, Mishima feels motivated for some reason. We have ranked up. Mishima says, are you okay? Akiyama says, why'd you help me? You didn't need to get involved. Mishima says, sorry, it looked like you needed help, so I stepped in. Akiyama says, is that so? Mishima says, anyway, can you walk? Do you need us to call an ambulance? Akiyama says, I'm fine, just go.
Well, see you later.
And so we part ways with the weird alley bully kids. Mishima is pathetic and calls me on the way back. I just say, you'll be fine. Anyways. All these kids are pestering me all day long. Coming to the ball. Anyways.
This is it.
Anyways, looks like we got a mementos request. Look at those. I haven't checked them in a while. They're all ID'd. Sounds good to me. Oh, alrighty. Well, what do we do next? Looks like we're gonna hang out with Tower. Shinya says, the kid I took the money from came to my house with his mom yesterday. My mom told them it was their own kid's fault for having the money taken. She told them to leave without hearing what they had to say. Shinya says, something's wrong with my mom. The other day she called my school to complain that the cost of lunch is too high. I begged her not to do it, but she said it's for my own good. I doubt it was because of me, though. Once everyone finds out, I'm gonna get made fun of again. But she told me that once you stop fighting, you lose, and that those who complain win. My mom was never like this before. She never used to care about winning or losing.
Hey!
Anyways, someone walks over here and says, Shinya, what are you doing?
Huh?
Shinya says, Mom. Shinya's mom says, I knew it. Shinya says, what? The mom says, you've been acting strange, just as I suspected. Someone's filling your head with nonsense. Constantly talking back to me, I knew someone new must have come into the picture. Are you the one who's been such a bad influence on my kid? Oh my. I would just chew her foot off, but that's probably not one of the options. I just say, I haven't done anything. Shinya's mom says, what? You don't think you've changed him at all? This is completely unacceptable. What are you going to do about it? Shinya says, stop it. The mom says, will you take responsibility if Shinya turns into a juvenile delinquent? All that time and money I spent on him will be wasted. What are you going to do about that, huh?
No way!
Shinya says, Mom, Rabbit-san is. The mom cuts him off and says, I'm going to remember you. You're a high schooler, right? I'm going to have to tell your school that one of your students... I'm going to tell your school that one of their students is stalking my son. Shinya says, stop it, Mom. The mom says, come on, Shinya, we're going home. I say, think about his feelings. Shinya's mom says, feelings? He's a child. If you keep meddling with him, I'm going to call the police. I say, I haven't done a thing. She says, fine, just know this, I don't intend to lose. Now let's go. Shinya says, but... Shinya's mom says, you are Shinya, aren't you? Shinya says, yeah. Shinya says, I snuck away while my mom was shopping. I wanted to say I'm sorry. She found out already? I gotta go. I don't like the person my mom has turned into. She doesn't listen to a thing I say. That's what I wanted to talk about with you today. Do you think the Phantom Thieves can help her? Please tell the Phantom Thieves to change my mom back to the way she used to be. I just say, what's her name? It's Hanae Oda.
See you later!
Gotta go. Please don't hate me. Anyways, we rank up to level 7. Anywho, I assume that created another Mementos target. Ryuji says, you want to help him out? And we're going to do it by changing his mom's heart? Yeah, whatever.
Okay, meeting adjourned.
Ah, you're back.
Let's see, meow. Maybe I don't get a Mementos quest, I don't know. Whatevs. Anyways, this is gonna lead to a one-on-one fight, so I'm gonna save really quick in case I die. Anyways, I think one of the rings I have negates dark and light magic, which is kinda gonna be super useful for that. Null Blessing Curse, there we go. And let's... I don't even know how to deal with redoing anything, so we're gonna do that. Alright, so we're gonna hang out with Mr. Justice.
Good evening. Hey. Thank you.
Anyways, Akechi wants to hang out with me in Mementos.
Wow, this place.
Akechi says, this place will do nicely. I say, what do you want to discuss?
This. Remember what I told you? If you ever won against me using my right hand, I'd take you on with everything I've got. That wasn't enough to satisfy me. It's your own fault, though. Your insight allowing you to determine my dominant hand, your quick wit, and most of all, how fast you've grown. You've exceeded my expectations in every way. Thus, I've built up this urge to duel you without holding anything back. Thank you for indulging my selfish request. No need for pleasantries at this point, correct?
Let's go!
You won't be able to defeat me unless you actually fight with lethal intent. Now, show me your true skills.
Sona! Chernova! Ravage them!
Go, Robin Hood!
Persona! Izanagi no Okami Picaro! Alright.
Go, Robin Hood!
It's time. By the myriad troops!
This was not expected. No wonder you're the leader of the Phantom Thieves. You've caught up to me on this front already, too. Of course not. But if we went any further, we'd both go beyond the point of no return, wouldn't we? In all honesty, I'd love to see just how far we can go. But we have an important mission coming up. Until that's finished, you're a vital ally to me. We're done here. Let's go. Once again, I've learned something new about you today. As allies fighting alongside one another, your strength is truly reassuring. In all honesty, it's to the point that I'd be relying on you in a pinch. You truly are well composed. I'm sorry I asked you to indulge me, but I do feel a bit better now. All right. By the way, about that duel. If we had fought to the end, do you see yourself winning? I had a feeling you'd say that. I'm going to be entirely honest with you. I hate you. Your deft handling of your unfortunate circumstances, your uniqueness, your ability to surpass me, all these irritate me. You're the one person I refuse to lose to. Without a doubt. Even I was unaware that it was this severe. I'll let you have this win today. But next time I will be victorious. Let this be my proof. There's a tradition in the West to throw one's glove at their opponent when demanding a duel. Should the opponent accept the glove, the duel is also accepted. Make certain that you never forget, I am the one who will defeat you. Look at the time. Let's call it a day. For now.
Whew, that got spicy.
Hey!
Looks like we can read a book, read a book, read a book. Looks like we can read a book, so we're gonna read a book. Oh my. We shall read some more, I guess. Let's go to the library and get the other book.
What would you like? Thank you. What would you like? Here.
Anyways, what do we do now? Let's see if we can hang out with Haru.
My. Thank you.
Haru says, soil is a mysterious thing. With its gentle care, even a tiny seed can awaken, spread its roots, and grow toward the sun. It's almost like a mother. Perhaps that aspect is why I find it so comforting.
To be honest,
Haru says, you know, I only started taking care of these planters because one of my teachers asked me to. I was hesitant at first, but I liked it so much that I kept them long past the original request. I started mixing my own fertilizer, adjusting soil ratios, and now I raise these plants in secret. Bunny, I'm worried what the school might do if they found out about this. I just say they won't find out. She says, you're so bold. In that case, this can be our little secret. Honestly, I enjoy the time we spend together. It's so different from how I feel when I'm around him. Haru says, oh sorry, I meant my fiancé. That reminds me though, I wanted to ask your advice about him. This whole arrangement began when my father first introduced us around the winter of my second year in high school. I was told we were just meeting his friend for dinner, but then he said that friend was to be my fiancé. It was surprising, but I suppose I had always known I would someday be married off for political gain, so I accepted, and that was the start of our relationship. Oh, but no relationship stuff happened, just to be clear. Anyway, I was never exactly fond of him, but now he's grown worse. Recently, he's been suggesting an early honeymoon. I can't even stand to look at him though, let alone spend any time with him. What can I say to decline his offer? I say, I don't want to go with you. She says, right, it's probably best to be direct. As you know, my father passed away before he could fulfill his promise to rescind the marriage proposal. Any conversation about putting a halt to the marriage will have to come from me. To tell the truth, I've already mentioned it to him, but he refuses to listen to a word I say. Apparently, he's even been telling the employees at Okumura Foods about the contract he made with my father, how the company would have to pay extreme reparations if it got called off for any reason. I just don't know how to handle this. I can postpone while I'm still in high school, but after that... Thinking about it now, it seems my father's death has turned out to be quite favorable for my fiancé, After all, he's now engaged to the majority shareholder of a massive company. I suppose in the end, all he cares about is his own personal gain. But that's not what a relationship is supposed to be built on. It should be something more. Like a love so intense that just seeing them makes your chest tighten.
I'm not so sure.
Have you ever experienced that? I just say, not yet. Haru says, I guess we're both in the same position. There's no spark like that with my fiancé. Spending time with him is like training.
Yes.
Still, any hardship I go through now will surely help the Phantom Thieves eventually. I'll get through this.
All right.
Haru says, it's getting late. I should get back to the gardening. I'll be staying a little longer.
Bye.
Follow-up, phone call, blah blah blah. Skip, skip, skip. First response. Oh, 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 oh.
You're back.
Anyways, let's go hang out with EY. Because I think we can make this work now. I know I don't need this anymore, so I'm gonna go get a Hangs persona really quick, actually. Then we'll hang out with him. Yuck, 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 yuck.
Hey, inmate.
You'd like to... These are the paths you have walked. You'll withdraw through this is your... You left done already?
What?
It is time, inmate.
Good. Actually...
Awai says, listen up, I figured out Suda's weakness. While you and Kaoru were over at that diner, I was getting info from a reliable source. Turns out I guessed right. Suda was the one on the other end of that Hong Kong deal. Apparently he paid them off for a huge arsenal of guns.
Interesting.
This is where things get interesting, though. If he was smuggling all that in, why would he ask me for modified guns? I mean, doesn't something seem off to you about that? Let's see. I say absolutely. Awai says, right? That piece of shit's trying to lord his position over me, but he doesn't have anything now. What I'm really trying to say is, I don't think those Hong Kong guys ever delivered their end of the deal. They probably just took his money and stiffed him on the guns. Masa told me something real weird back when you and Kaoru were at the diner, though. Apparently the clan's been treating that Hong Kong transaction like some kind of massive business success. That means Suda's been lying to them this whole time, and now he's trying to use me to cover up his mistake. I say, that's clever. Awai says, everyone's always known he's one sneaky son of a gun. Doesn't matter now, though. Everything's gonna change once I tell the clan what's up. Suda's not gonna be able to keep intimidating me anymore. I'll make sure Kaoru won't get labeled like I was. He'll be a regular, respectable adult. Something I never could have dreamed of. I'm gonna have to talk to Suda himself first, though. Gotta follow the Yakuza code. I have a favor to ask you. If anything happens to me, take care of Kaoru, alright? And I just say, are you going alone? He says, probably. I know he'd be able to get rid of me no problem without a witness, but I've got to put an end to this.
That's right.
Awai says, I want you to come talk to Suda with me. He's not going to lay a finger on a kid. It'd cause him way too many complications. If you come as my witness, things will be safer. Oh, and let me think of a reward. How about I work harder on that special menu for you?
All right.
Anyways, standard follow-up phone call. Bring it on. I don't think I can afford anything, but it's nice to take a peek. Wowza. Anyways, hopefully we can hang out with Futaba. Basically my goal is to just keep running through these and hopefully stacking the deck with as many mementos requests as possible so that I don't have to go in multiple times. But for now we're gonna move Hermit forward. Sounds good to me. Futaba says the next promise is learn about my generation. I think I can do that. I just need to have a normal conversation with someone my age. Where can I find lots of young people? Sojiro says you guys are getting pretty close. Not a bad thing. Anyway, be careful out there. Futaba says, we're at the diner. I heard all about the unlimited fountain drinks. Where are they? I don't see anyone my age. Mishima says, Bunny, you're with a girl? Futaba says, is this a friend of yours? I say, he's in my class.
Oh, that's right.
Futaba says, how about I ask him to help with my promise? Mishima says, what promise? Futaba says, well... Mishima says, you want to have a regular conversation?
Yeah.
I see. In that case, I guess I don't have a choice. I'll just have to help you out.
Really?
Futaba says, you're so nice. My name's Futaba Sakura, and don't forget it. Mishima says, okay. I'm Mishima. Futaba says, it seems like help always comes my way when I need it most. Maybe my luck stat's really high. I just say, I think you're right. She says, heck yeah, I could probably roll a natural 20 right now if you asked me to.
Let me see.
Mishima says, you want to learn more about your generation? It's hard to explain. Futaba says, youth, the unknown frontier. Mishima says, let me talk about my hobbies. Do you like computers?
Yes.
She says, yes. Mishima says, me too. What kind of sites do you use? I like forums, or maybe you're more into streaming. I'd gladly subscribe to your channel. Wait. Do you by chance run one of those racy channels? You'd need to be super courageous to do that, though it certainly wouldn't be unwelcome. Futaba says, whoa, that's the first time I've actually heard anyone say that out loud. Mishima says, that's all you took from the conversation?
I see.
Futaba says, I got it. This overwhelmingly forgettable appearance, generic speech style, and lack of sex appeal. Mishima, are you an NPC? I just say, he's the protagonist. She says, really? I guess you can't judge a book by its cover. Anyways, I'm glad you spawned here. I killed 2 promises with 1 Nishima today. Learn about my generation and have a normal conversation. Aw yeah. I gained a ton of EXP, and it's all thanks to you. Anyways, we're now rank 5. Mishima says, Futaba, it's okay that I call you that, right? Anyway, why are you doing this? No, what are you doing after this? Futaba says, going home. Yes. Mishima says, oh, right. Lols. Poor Mishima. I just say you did great. You're so awesome.
Ah, you're back.
Well then.
I was like, oh my god, am I gonna have to redo some stuff? I was not thrilled about that. I was like, my heart like sank in my chest. Because I thought I accidentally clicked return to title. Oh my god. Jeebus. Anyways. What are we gonna do this evening? Looks like we can progress fortune. So let's. I think I have a fortune equipped.
What shall we do?
Let's just do this for a Y, just in case. I don't really care if I lose money. Sometimes his take like 2 or 3 of these, so I'm like, ugh, whatever. Yeah, looks like we're good to go there. So. Yep, it's time for fortune. Chiaha says, the chairman's pushing me hard as ever to sell those fake stones. I've been using this as an opportunity to investigate the ADP's seminars so I can expose him. But the deeper I dig, the scarier it becomes. I just say, how so? She says, the ADP apparently doesn't profit very much from sales of holy stones. It's nothing more than a front. Most of their revenue comes from the seminars. They give their patrons some sort of mind-altering drug, after which they're encouraged to donate their life savings. People have even gone missing from seminars. Families have been torn apart by the madness. And I was part of it all. By selling these stones, I'm in direct support of their horrible actions. I know that doesn't make up for what I've done, but I want to help others come to their senses. Barely anyone within the ADP will talk to me, though, and those who do won't hear me out. What should I do? These people are all heading down a path toward great ruin. There has to be some way I can deal with the chairman. I'll have to admit everything that's been going on, and I might get dragged down too, but it's the only way. Chiaha says, I'm the only one who can stop him, right? I say, tell me his name. Chiaha says, the chairman? It's Yuichi Fukurai. Chiaha says, why do you ask? I say, don't worry about it. The most ominous answer of all time. Chiaha says, how strange. The cards have changed somehow. My future is in line with that of the trickster. What does it mean? Anyways, more requestos. Chiaha says, I have to think on this for a while. Let's finish for today. Goodbye. Alright. It is now the 7th. Let's see. Looks like we are gonna do mementos today, maybe. Yeah, probably. We'll be fine. I don't need to worry about my equipment. I definitely need money. Since I basically fast forward through all the memento stuff anyway, I'm just gonna end here to keep my videos more trim, and then once I get done with that I will come back, but being as it's pretty late in the day, I don't think I'm gonna do any more tonight, so I will see you guys tomorrow. Anyways, thanks for watching and have a great day.